and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Bert Lepore. He's Sammy of Monte Carlo. We're hanging here with Angry Mike D, and we talk about music, movies, and so much more.
All right, we're back with another episode of Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes. This episode, we're going to be reviewing the Mick Mars solo record. What's it called? Another Side of Mars?
The Other Side of Mars.
The Other Side of Mars.
Which took forever to come out.
Yeah, he's been talking about a solo record since 1994.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, he says it's going to be a blues record. And do we get a blues record? Nah, it's
modern rock album.
Yeah, it's a Motley Crue record. Pretty much. Nah, it's not. It's a heavy record.
Yeah,
modern rock record.
Before we get into this, my expectations was, I heard the early stuff with Karabi, and I thought that was pretty damn good. I was pretty excited to hear that. And then I don't know what the deal is, if there was some legal stuff or where he couldn't use any of that stuff. So I don't know if that was an issue, but maybe down the line, the deluxe edition that'll come out probably 6 months from now. But yeah, so I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Before we get into this, my first listening to it was I don't know if it was because I was sick all last week, so I was cranky. So I was like, this sucks. That was my first reaction, because I didn't feel good. So I was like, I didn't really feel like hearing anything. It all sounded muddy to me, but I went back, listened to it a couple more times, and my review's a little bit better than what it was, All right, so Dame, what was your expectations? Anything?
Yeah, I actually had pretty high expectations for it, to be honest with you. I mean, before I heard any songs, I kind of thought it was going to be sort of like, he's been talking about doing a solo record literally for like 30 years. I mean, he's been talking about it, and he always said, his influences are always like Jeff Beck and those blues guys, stuff like that. That's kind of what I was hoping. Man, I did not expect this, and then, once I heard the first track, the first single a few months ago, then pretty much the entire record is based around that. Actually, my favorite track is the instrumental.
Which we don't rate the instrumental.
Right. Yeah. And I actually thought that was the best track.
Yeah, that was good. I thought it was real good. Bluesy, nice little bluesy track.
Bluesy hard rock song, LA.
Maybe I didn't get that far into it.
That was the last song. Yeah, it was actually pretty good, and I'm not really into instrumental stuff, but yeah, I mean, Mick writes great riffs. He wrote all those classic, regardless of what, everybody says Nicky Six, but Nicky Six can't play guitar, really. Mick was the riff guy, so a lot of his riffs are, not all of them were from him, and there are like a lot of good riffs and really good guitar tones and stuff, but I don't know, just maybe it's a choice of singer on the record that really I don't know, just kind of made it kind of like okay. I mean, it's good, but it doesn't really stand out to me.
Yep. All right, well, let's get it on here. All right, coming in at number 9, Memories. What do you got, Damo?
Yeah, this is like, it's a ballad, piano. I don't think there's any guitar on this song. It's it's a good tune. I kind of thought it was a little, little boring. I gave it a 6.5, 6.5. I gave it. It's my lowest ranking song. Yeah, it was okay.
Mike D?
Yeah, man, it was just like a little blah to me, just kind of boring. It wasn't terrible, wasn't really good, but middle of the road. I gave it a 5. Very, very blah.
Yeah. For me, this was my lowest score on the record. Snoozy, a bit boring, worst tune for me on the record. It's just kind of there. I'd rather just heard the piano. I would have liked it more, Uh, yeah, yeah. I gave it a 4. I haven't given something a 4 in a long time, like a real long time. Coming in at number 8, Broken on the Inside. What you got, Damo?
I gave this one a 7.25. I think it's a cool riff. Not so much of the chorus. I just think the riffs are like really cool. You know, the music is really cool, but yeah, chorus doesn't really do much for me though. But music is really good.
Mike Dick.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the music's all right in it, but I don't know, man. It was just like I feel like so many bands did this style and just did it better, like like the Deftones, and I gave this one a 4. I don't think I gave a 4 in a long time.
This was your lowest score.
This was my lowest one. Yeah.
Broken on the Inside. I gave it a 5.5. Music's really cool. I prefer a bit more hook vocally though. It's just kind of bashy vocally. The verses are pretty damn cool. I like the verses a lot. But the rest of the tune's okay. Nothing sticks. It's like it's heavy. It's got some cool music stuff going on. The vocals are a little too rah-rah for me. So they really don't, there's not enough hook for it, which is my thing with the whole record. There's just not enough hook. Coming in at number 7, Alone. What you got, Damo?
I gave it a 6.75. It was a decent song. Not really much going on for me to really grasp it, but yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah. Fair,
Mike D, Alone.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing as Damo said. Very, very generic ballad with kind of generic repeating lyrics.
Yeah. Alone, I gave a 5. The vocals during the verse are pretty cool. The chorus is very heavy, but modern rock. It's all what's going on right now. It's the same radio stuff we're hearing from other bands right now. So it's okay. It needs more hook, which I'm going to say through this whole record. It needs more hook. Everything just sounds like a generic modern rock album, except for the music. The music's got some balls to it. The tone's good. It's heavy. It's pretty damn heavy, but it's got that high. Once Jacob Button's on every song except for 2. Guy's good. Jacob's a good writer, good vocalist, but once he gets to that high register of his voice, after it's like the Miles Kennedy thing for me. I had enough after so many times. It gets to that, what I'm saying, the high point of the voice. And then when it gets to the high point of the voice, I'm like, okay, it's starting to sound like Charlie Brown, that after it gets to a certain decibel to me, And the guy's great. The guy's way better than I am. It's just it hits that spot and it's just like, I don't know. It's just there. Coming in at number 6, Kill and Breed. What you got, Damo?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same theme with this one too. Like I really like the music, especially like the intro riff and the verse. The choruses are a little flat, and I'm looking at my scores on all these songs, and especially compared to you guys, I was actually very generous.
Oh yeah, you definitely were. You scored it higher than all
these scores, but just because I always think like, look, these guys are definitely doing something right,
Right.
Who am I to say, oh, this song should be a 3, it's like that.
Right. No, it's subjective.
Yeah. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean, a lot of these songs have the same theme. Like I really like the music, but when it comes to the choruses, they just it's just a little flat for me.
Yeah.
And the same applies to this. I think music wise, maybe that's what Nikki Sixx brought to the table. What Motley Crue was like,
right,
really brought that,
Well, it seems like
the poppiness.
It seems like all the tricks are in the verses, and when the chorus comes, it's just your modern rock chorus.
Yeah.
Yep. Mike Dave, Kill and Breed.
Yeah, I mean, I think it had a cool beginning to it, but like for me, and I don't know, it just sounded. The vocals are just very processed. Like, and I know it's done on purpose and everything, but to me, it just becomes annoying. I don't know.
Yeah.
the whole album's kind of like, but you try to pick and choose which are the best out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Killing Breed, I gave a 5. I gave, average, mid level. First song with if I'm saying the guy's name right, Brian Gamboa is the lead vocal. He's got 2 songs on here. This is one of them. It's got a very Sabbath kind of opening, which I kind of dug. The heaviness, I like. I like the heaviness of the tune, but the song is okay overall. Nothing sticks. It's the guitar parts are great, but as far as the melody hook, it just don't stick. It just sounds like generic rock, But the guitars sound great. I like the heavy guitar. Coming in at number 5, Undone. What you got, Demo?
Yeah, I everything was like around a 7 to me. Is my score. Like, and to me, I look at it like, you're in school and you get 100. It's like it's like perfect. And then so I gave us like a 7.15. So it's like a C.
Right.
Like that's what you would get in class, a C.
Yeah.
So that's what I gave this. That's pretty much how I would look at it. Except in high school, man, I had one teacher, man. She would not give a flying fuck. Like if there was, like I would get like scores like 30 and 40 and shit.
Oh my God.
What teacher was this?
This was in high school. My English teacher, man, and she gave everybody like the
what school? What high school did you go to?
Creative and Performing Arts, Kappa.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So like even like the really smart kids, they would get like maybe like a C, like a 70. That was like equivalent to 100. So I always go in there with that
mentality
when I grade like these songs, so it's got to be fucking awful to get like below a 5.
Right. So like a 5's
it's like failure.
Average. Yeah.
So anything below a 6 is like an F.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. So but yeah, this one, same deal, man. Like actually this song I thought was kind of boring, Undone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bert?
Yes, Undone.
Yeah, Undone we're doing. Yeah, I thought the song was kind of boring.
Yep.
I would have gave it a lower score. It didn't really do nothing for me, man. It was kind of like plotting kind of feel to it,
Mike D.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Damien on this. I mean, and I feel like and this is the whole record. This one probably more than any of them. It just got that freaking, I don't know, what's that tuning, that down tune they do, but it's like very doom sounding. It's just like, It leaves that, it just, I don't know, it vibrates you a weird way listening to it.
Right.
I just can't deal with that too much.
I gave it a 7.5, which is a pretty high score for me on this record. Same thing. Brian Gamboa, lead vocals. His second song on the record, last song on the record for him too. Again, I dig the chunky guitar, but it's just modern. It's just modern metal, The vocals are pretty decent on this one. The guitar lead's pretty good. Overall, it's same thing. It's okay. It's one of the better songs on the record, and it's it's a little bit better than okay. Coming in at number 4, Ready to Roll. What you got, Damo?
This one was okay. I thought it was an okay song. Yeah, I mean the chorus is a little stronger than some of the other ones,
Definitely.
Looks like you guys kind of felt the same on this.
Yeah,
judging by your scores.
Yeah,
we all pretty much had the same. On this one.
Mike D.
Yeah, I gave it a 7. A little bit of a banger, something gets you pepped up a little bit. But yeah, still pretty generic, but yeah, good music.
Yeah, I gave it a 7.5. This is on the higher end of it. Song kicks off heavy. I dig the verses. The vocal verses up my alley. If I write, I kind of write this style. So actually, I kind of hear some of my vocal style and some of this stuff as far as the verses go. It's a decent tune. it's got some hook. This is one of the few that actually has a pretty good chorus. This stuck a little bit. So I kind of like this one. It's one of the better ones for me off the record. Coming in number 3, Loyal to the Lie. What you got, Damo?
Yeah, this one was probably the most interesting one musically, or one of them.
Yeah.
I thought the music was really good. Even vocally too. There was a lot of cool, different effects with the vocals and stuff. It was the most interesting one. One of the most interesting ones. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent song.
Yeah. Mike D.
Yeah, this was pretty good. I think this was maybe my second or third favorite on the album. I gave it a 7.5. Is this the first release on the album?
Yes, first single.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't bad. This one was all right.
I gave it an 8.25, which is my highest score on the record. This is my favorite song on the record. Great song title. Great title. It's a good tune. It's perfect for the first single, I thought. I like the guitars. I like the catchy chorus. It's got good lyrics. It's got a real cool, good middle part. And the vocals are really cool in this one. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite off the record. Coming in at number 2, Ain't Going Back. What you got, Damo?
Yeah, I thought this was a really good song. More of a driving feel to it. I thought the vocals and the chorus was really good, catchy, good chorus, good melodies. I thought definitely one of the better ones. I think this was probably one of my favorite tracks.
Mike D.
Yeah, again, I gave this a 7.5. Really good song. I'm not going to mention any names, but this sounds like somebody else's song that I know. So I'm just going to leave it right there.
Are you looking at him?
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. It just really sounds like somebody else I know. I'll put it that
way. Ain't Going Back a 7.5. Damn the pre-chorus. That's all I got to say. And I know I sent Damien a lot of songs over the last couple months. Me and Danny have been writing, and Donnie's been writing. And the pre-chorus of this friggin' song is really close to a pre-chorus I just finished.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? Ours is a little bit different, but it's got the same kind of cadence going up, very Alice in Chainsy. Yeah, I heard this and I was like, oh my God, they beat me to the punch.
I think me and you were kind of looking at each other like, is this you?
Yeah.
Did you throw a Lepore song in there?
Yep, that's the way I was feeling when I heard it. So when you hear the song Dame again, you'll be like, oh wow. I mean, it's not exactly the same thing, but the beginning of that melody is pretty damn close.
Okay.
So I was like, wow. So yeah. It's got a good hook. The chorus is a decent pop rock song. It's not a bad tune. I do like, I like the guitar work. I do like the guitar work on it. Yeah, I gave it 7.5. I thought it was pretty good. The pre-chorus I thought was really, really good. But like I said, it's probably because it sounded familiar to me. Okay, coming in at number 1, Right Side of Wrong. What you got, Damo?
Yeah, I think we all were on the same. I think we were all on the right side.
Yeah.
On this one. Probably all our favorite track, I think, on the record. Yeah, I kind of like I like it when they were, the songs were a little more up tempo, like this one and the last song. I think they worked better than the slower plodding kind of boring type songs on the record.
I think when you go that slow plodding kind of thing, you want to hear something like kind of like what Rob Halford did with Fight. It worked.
Yeah, right.
It worked.
That kind of vocal. Yeah.
Yeah, it worked. It's like that kind of style, but with like more of a modern rock kind of singer on it.
Yeah, because you need that vocal to kind of wake you up.
Yeah.
Like you hear some Rob Halford scream, like that. When it's slow, it's like, whoa, yeah, this is fucking badass, But when it's like slow and plodding and the vocal is sort of like the same way, it's like, God,
you need something against it almost.
Yeah, right, yeah, like yin and yang, So, but which a lot of those songs on the record, that's probably why we kind of rated it so low, because they had that kind of feel to it. But But yeah, I mean, the good songs are really,
The good ones stand
they're
out.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mike D, what you got right side of wrong?
Definitely my favorite track on the album. I gave this an 8. Really cool track. Great lyrics in it. And I mean, nothing out of this world, but to me, it was the best one on there. But I feel like, I don't know, just, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I listened to it on stereo. I listened to it in my headphones. Like, and that's what everything these days. It just seems like it's mixed, like very muddy. Like, I don't know. It seems like the effect everybody's going for these days.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way as a whole.
I don't think the mix was that bad on this. My issue, I think, is that everything sounds so similar.
Yeah.
There's nothing like really sticks out that's like super interesting,
Yeah. I mean, Loyal to the Lie sounds like a single,
Absolutely.
And I think the other two he did put out, I think Right Side of Wrong was one and Undone, I think might have been the other, something like that. But, and they're definitely more the single kind of, except for Ready to Roll, I think could be a single. But
like sonically, there's no variety sonically.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yep.
Like there's you don't hear like acoustic guitar or anything that's sort of like kind of the cleanse like the ears.
You got a piano on the one.
Yeah, I know. You hear that, but there's no like clean guitar. There's no.
No, I know what you mean. It's all very.
It's all like the same.
Yep. I gave Right Side of Wrong a 7. Probably my top 3 or 4 on here. Same thing. Verses are right up my alley. It's my kind of style. I love those kind of verses. I gave a couple extra points for that, but the chorus is okay. It's not bad. It's just okay. It's one of the better songs on the record. I think going on like a synopsis of the whole record itself is, I wish he would have did more like Slash did on his first record, where he had different people on the songs just to give a different variety. Like I said, not that the vocals are good. The vocals are good. Guy's a great singer, but I want more. I wish he did more variety with the vocalist. Have Ian Asbury on a song, have so and so on a song. I think that would have gave it more character. Like the Slash stuff. The records he put out after the first one, they're good modern records, but the first one stood out so much to me because all the different voices that were on there. I guess what was the first single Slash had on his first record? What was the guy from Wolf?
I don't even remember.
The Sword, by the Sword. What a great song that was. And I'm not the biggest Wolfmother guy, but it was so different, I thought, So I just wish there was more variety vocally. I would love to heard some Karabi. I think if there was a Karabi in this mix, I probably would have liked it even more.
Yeah, because he has a lot of dynamics in his voice.
Yes. Yeah, so I don't know if we were expecting, the Motley Crue record. I don't know, I
was expecting Motley Crue. Didn't get it, which I was happy with, but almost saying, you know what? I wish he would have went the Motley Crue route with different vocals.
Right.
Because I couldn't take hearing Vince Neil sing something like this.
No, it wouldn't happen. Probably wouldn't happen. How about you, Dane? What's your overall?
Yeah, I just pretty much gave it. Yeah, it was okay. I mean, I probably won't listen to it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really no need for it.
I mean, Loyal to the Lie, I think's got replay value. It was
a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah, I think just because we waited so long for it, maybe. And it's not the guitar playing. The guitar playing is great. It's just could have used a little more variety, a little more hook. It just seemed like they went for that modern rock kind of hook.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of starts to sound the same to me after a while.
Yeah.
Mike D, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I remember, when I was young and used to buy albums and, just, wow, this isn't that good. And you put it in your shelf for months and then you put it back in there and it's, wow. I don't remember it sounding this great. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen with this one.
Right.
Because I don't think I'm going to go back to it.
I'll tell you, we talked about it on the last one, the Ace Frehley. I've been listening to that Ace record. That is a grower.
It's a growth.
Guess what, Dane? I got some of them songs stuck in my head. That really wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, it's grown on me even more.
Definitely.
Lately,
But same time, how old's Mick Mars? 71, 72?
They're all in their
like
70s. Same thing.
So,
Ace is 70 something. Mick Mars
the
70
same
something.
age as Ace. Yeah.
So we got to remember that too. They're not young, not these young guys.
Yeah.
I think the drummer for Korn, what's it, Ray?
Ray Luzier.
I think he's the drummer on the record. And I don't know who played bass on it, but I know he was definitely the drummer. I mean, we gave it an average of 6.63, so it's still better than average. It's just once you hit that, I would say for us to say it's a record that we'll listen to plenty of times, it's got to probably hit like a 7.5 at least. The Ace hit a 7, but the Ace has definitely got playability. It's got replay value, I think.
Yeah.
It's got there's definitely variety on the Ace record. His vocals aren't the greatest thing in the world, but like Cherry Medicine is a great song. The vocals during the verse are awful.
I like it.
But the verses are rough.
I think the verses aren't that bad. I think it works.
But the chorus is amazing. There's no denying that chorus. That chorus is amazing.
But it was just cheese.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. That don't really bother me too much.
That's always been his thing.
Yeah. But the album is definitely, I would take the Ace over this, definitely. Definitely. And this Ace came out the same day as this, and Amigo the Devil came out, and that's a really solid record too. That's pretty much what I expected, so
it's hard to even, like, we couldn't even review Amigo the Devil. It's hard to even review something like that. I don't throw it on for one track or whatever. That's just
you listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like an event almost,
A mood. It's a mood.
Right.
It's a mood. So I don't know what's coming out or what's supposed to come out soon, but hopefully we'll do another review on something that's coming out that everybody's waiting for, and it's about all we got till next week. Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes. See you next time.